Welcome to today's deep dive. We're looking at something really fascinating today.
We are.
It's the 1953 Everest ascent. But the mission here isn't to just retell the story of the climb. I mean, you already know they get to the top.
Right.
Instead, we're going to unpack the clash of philosophies that happened right at the bottom, way before the summit was even in sight.
Yeah, and it's such a distinct perspective. The focus is usually on triumph, but these notes we have, they put us right in the middle of the tension.
Where exactly are we starting?
We're in the dusty streets of Kathmandu, 1953. And the picture it paints is just incredibly vivid. You have the sound of temple bells, but it's mixing with the clatter of all this European gear being unloaded.
A collision of two worlds.
Absolutely. A total collision.
Yeah.
And on one side, you have the Western climbers, and on the other, you have the local Sherpas.
And right in the center of it all, you get our two main figures, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay.
Exactly. But the way they're described here, it's not, the heroic statues we're used to. It's much more human, much more grounded. Well, Hillary is 33. The notes really emphasize his silence. He's tall, he's determined, but there's this kind of heaviness about him.
He's carrying the weight of the expedition.
The pressure, absolutely. And then you have Tenzing. He's a bit older, 38. His face is burnt by the sun, which tells you about his experience. But the key detail is his eyes.
What about them?
Well, everything else is just chaos. His eyes are described as totally calm.
That's a powerful contrast.
It is, and it sets up this incredible moment the documents describe, where they lock eyes for the very first time.
And they don't even speak the same language.
Not a word. There's a literal barrier there.
Yeah.
But the notes suggest it just dissolves, because they aren't really looking at each other.
They're both looking at the same mountain.
Exactly. But that sort of romantic idea, two men against the mountain, it gets crushed pretty quickly by the reality of the logistics.
Right, when we move into the Himalayan foothills, I was just stunned by the sheer scale of it all. Hundreds of loads.
It was basically an industrial operation. And this is where you really see that Western approach. They're not just climbing a mountain, they're laying siege to it.
The oxygen tanks, lined up in rows.
Yeah, and one analyst we looked at compared it to, and I love this, an Excel spreadsheet of human limits.
It's the perfect phrase, isn't it? Obviously, they didn't have spreadsheets, but it just captures that cold, calculated vibe.
It really does. It's this belief that if you just get the variables right, oxygen, calories, weight, you can solve the problem of Everest.
You can force it into submission with math.
Yes. Impose a rigid mathematical order on this chaotic natural force.
But all that planning, it didn't actually get rid of the fear.
No, not at all. It might have even highlighted it. There's this quote, just a whisper from an anonymous climber looking at all that gear.
This mountain won't let anyone to the top.
That's the one. And that line is so crucial. It's the sound of that whole conquest mindset starting to realize it might not be enough.
So while the Europeans are doing the math and whispering about failure, what's Tenzing's reaction?
He just picks up a rope. He physically shoulders it and starts moving.
Simple as that.
The action is simple, but the philosophy behind it is everything. And this is where we get his line.
Go on.
We will climb if the mountain allows.
If the mountain allows. Wow, that just flips the entire script.
It completely rejects the spreadsheet. It's not about conquering the peak.
It's about seeking permission.
Exactly. The Western team was trying to break down the door, and Tenzing was knocking, waiting for it to open. One approach is about dominance, the other is about a relationship.
So it seems like you needed both. You needed the logistics, the oxygen, the Hillary-style determination.
For sure. You needed all of that to get to the high camps.
But without Tenzing's philosophy of humility, that fear might have just paralyzed them.
I think so. The spiritual acceptance is probably what got them through the death zone at the end of the day.
It really makes you question how we approach our own huge challenges, doesn't it? We usually just try to outplan them.
We do. We try to spreadsheet our way out of our problems. So the provocative thought I'd leave you with is this. In your own life, when you're facing your own Everest, is your greatest strength in the determination to conquer it? Or is true strength actually the humility to listen, wait, and move, only when the situation allows?
A shift from conquering to listening, that's a powerful place to leave it. Thanks for diving in with us.